There's many words that come to mind. Frustrating, awful, unbelievable.
Justice feels different, depending on who you talk to.
This obviously is not a crime that I committed.
On the phone is Michael Clark, an inmate at the Fremont Correctional Facility. How long have you been there now?
I've been here for going on almost 12 years now.
12 years ago, a jury convicted him of murder for shooting and killing a man named Marty Grisham at an apartment complex in Boulder. Clark says a fight for justice put the wrong person behind bars.
There's 3 kids that need a father. There's a wife that needs a husband. Unfortunately, my defense was not up to par on that respect.
In prison for a life sentence,
this is right outside Marty Grisham's apartment.
He called an attorney to take a second look.
This incident happened in 1994, so everything is limited by 1994 technology.
Adam Frank reviewed the evidence.
And that is where both shell casings and the Carmex container are found.
That Carmex container, simple lip balm, became crucial for prosecutors because of DNA inside.
The entire time, this DNA evidence was the only thing that tied him to the crime scene.
And that DNA helped convince prosecutors to charge Clark nearly 2 decades after the crime. Frank says it's also why he decided to represent Clark years ago, because he believed the DNA analysis of that Carmex tub was flawed.
The only reason this case got charged in 2012 was Missy Woods' false DNA testimony.
Missy Woods was the star witness in Clark's murder trial. Her analysis at the Colorado Bureau of Investigation helped police make an arrest. Now the scientist who helped officers is facing her own criminal investigation for deleting and manipulating data in hundreds of cases.
It sounds like you feel like the investigation really affirmed what you had been thinking for many years.
It was validation that everything we have been saying and screaming from the rooftops since 2018 and 2019 has been true.
It reinforces the notion that our system is not a balanced system, not a fair system.
They had doubts about the DNA years before the current investigation into Woods.
So that's when we reached out to Phil Danielson, and when it got his report, it was a jaw on the floor. Oh my God, everything Mike has been saying is correct.
In your opinion, how misleading was her testimony?
Well, whenever you give only part of a story, there is the potential to mislead the jury.
Phil Danielson is a forensic scientist at the University of Denver.
Just a moment, I'll have to find that page.
In 2019, he reviewed Woods' analysis of the Carmex tub.
This is the DNA profile.
And compared it to her testimony.
I think we have a duty to tell the whole truth, and in this case, it appears that analyst Woods provided half of the truth.
He says Woods testified the DNA evidence was a match, but left out information that could have helped Clark.
What she didn't say in this part is that the one point of comparison where he potentially did not match.
Critically, he says this point on the DNA profile could have been someone else. Danielson believes Woods failed to tell the jury about this other possible conclusion.
So we're supposed to look at the evidence and consider all possibilities, and she didn't do that.
I guess relief to a certain extent that it's not just myself and my attorney and other scientists saying that it's not my DNA.
Clark's been waiting in prison for 12 years, hoping for a new trial. An investigation looking into Woods' credibility gives him new hope.
And who knows how much longer it's going to take for the truth and for justice, for lack of a better term, to prevail.
Clark's motion for a hearing for a new trial based on the DNA evidence was granted by higher court. Nobody saw the shooter. Prosecutors believe that Clark killed Grisham to prevent him from finding out that he stole and forged some checks. If you have a tip for our team to investigate, just email investigates@9news.com. We'll be right back.